Army veteran Valerie Lavin has always believed in giving back. She's helping to fix up a home with Habitat for Humanity.
Well, my father used to always say, contribute to society and pay your taxes. And, I think my time in the military just really amplified that.
She spent nearly 22 years in the Army and had multiple deployments overseas.
Well, I just, like doing, manual labor, but really just with Habitat and supporting the community, it's all I know how to do is serve and contribute.
When she isn't getting her hands dirty,
QuikClot.
She's running her company, Luminary Global, with her husband, Jeremy. They sell medic bags, survival kits.
It's got over 500 supplies in its stock, everything from Israeli bandages to tourniquets to QuikClot and hemostatic gauze.
When war broke out in February of 2022 in Ukraine, they sent hundreds of packs there with the help of nonprofits. These pictures show their packs in use.
From February to March, we 2x'd, and a lot of the sales that we were making were NGOs, non-government agencies.
But since then, the partnerships have tapered off. She says it's donation exhaustion.
Americans in general, we are super busy and life goes on. And unfortunately, when it's not in your backyard, you get distracted by just everyday life.
The U.S. has helped to fund Ukraine's defense, but the support has turned largely bipartisan. Many Republicans arguing the money shouldn't be sent. Now, after months of disagreeing, more than $60 billion in aid and loans will be sent to the war-torn country.
The vast majority, perhaps upwards of 90% of which, will stay right at home, right in the United States, and fund Americans. So most of that money is going to the manufacturing of weapon systems that the Ukrainians need.
USF professor Dr. Gofo Alexopoulos is the director of Russian, European, and Eurasian Studies. She spent years living and studying in the Soviet Union before its collapse in the early 1990s.
There is this misperception among many Americans that we're just sending cash to Ukraine, and we are not. The money is largely being invested in weapon systems manufactured in the United States, often in districts where Congresspeople are opposed to funding for Ukraine.
And says she isn't surprised that U.S. citizens and legislators are feeling fatigue on helping Ukraine.
We were in Iraq for how many years, and in Afghanistan for 2 decades. And so there is this sense that we spent trillions of dollars, so many Americans lost their lives, and yet in these countries the people are not living better.
As for Valerie, she avoids mixing politics with their mission, but says she thinks it's important to remember our allies.
If we are ever experience something as tragic as 9/11, an attack, or even worse, a complete invasion, and we're not prepared to save ourselves and our neighbors, we're going to be dependent on other people, other organizations to take care of ourselves and our families.
While funding is flowing again to Ukraine, it's still uncertain how long this latest round will last, or what might change after the upcoming presidential election.